Hello, my name's Joanne James and welcome to another tutorial from the Crafty Owl. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of these, a gift tag embellishment using Stampin' Up's Simply Pressed clay. So the clay comes in packets like this and can be used with the moulds that Stampin' Up sell to create either buttons or flowers, or you can use it to mould your own shape. Essentially press it into the mould, pop it out, leave it to dry, and then you can either colour the clay before you make the impression or afterwards. There's some that I made to colour afterwards. I've been experimenting with my air dry clay though and using it to create these little gift tag embellishments. So here are the first ones that I made using the Flowerful Heart stamp set. That's this stamp here, and I was so pleased with how these came out. I coloured these actually using blender pens, but today I'm going to show you how to make the same idea, but we're going to use this stamp from the Language of Love stamp set from the new Spring Summer seasonal catalogue, and it will be coloured in a slightly different way. So let me share with you my tips and tricks for stamping into air pressed clay. So first of all, you need a non-stick surface, so I'm using some wax paper, and I'm also using these coasters. I'll explain those in just a moment. So you need to take some air dry clay, about an inch or so in diameter, 2.5 centimetres. You can either press it out with your fingers until you've got to the size that you would like, or I took this rolling pin from my daughter's baking kit, and you can use it to just gently roll out your clay to the thickness that you require. The coasters actually just help to get that nice and level. So you want to end up with something that's about, if you can see there, I guess it's about 0.5 centimetre thick, about 5 millimetres, say 1/4 of an inch. And once you've got your clay large enough to impress your stamp into, you need to take your stamp. Now, as with the moulds, it's advisable to dust the moulds to enable you to turn out your clay without them sticking, and the same goes for the stamp. Obviously this stamp is very, very detailed and you don't want it to stick to the clay. So you can use corn flour or something. I actually use baby powder. So straightforward baby powder, just pop it into a little pot, give your stamp a really good dust with the baby powder so it's completely covered, because you don't want it to stick to the clay. Just sort of tap it off and then put that to one side, and then you literally take your stamp to your clay and press it down. You need to press it quite firmly because you want to make sure that you're going to get all of the imprints into the clay, and then gently lift it off. And as you can see, it didn't stick at all, and you've got this nice pattern embedded into your clay ready for your gift tag. Now you can cut it out now, and if you want to do that, I've used my heart framelit previously, not to cut it, but you can just rest it on top and then use a modelling tool or something just to pull away, so something like this, just to pull away the excess clay. I'm actually going to set this to one side and show you now with one that I prepared earlier, a slightly easier way to cut out. So if I just swap those over. So here's one that I prepared earlier. Obviously it peels straight off your wax paper, and the easiest way to cut these out is to simply take a pair of scissors and cut into the clay. The clay is very, very lightweight and it's very easy to cut, and you just cut around like so, following the shape of your stamp, so in this case a heart, and just ever so gently you just cut around until you've got your finished shape. And there you go. There's your finished clay shape. And essentially, if you've got any rough edges, the easiest way to neaten those up is to actually use your sanding block and literally just take your shape and just rub the edges, and it will neaten it up in no time at all. And then your tag is ready for decorating. So unlike these ones where I used a blender pen and some inks to colour, the easiest way or the nicest effect I find on this stamp is to actually take your ink pad and a sponge dauber, and basically get a little bit of ink on there and just ever so lightly brush over the top. And as you can see, what happens is it colours the almost the sort of the top part of the clay, so the bit that you've not pressed into, but then the words, which are actually the sort of the imprinted section, they stay white. And so you get this lovely kind of contrasting pattern on your tag. And then once you've coloured that however much you like, you simply need to take your crocodile like so, just line it up to the sort of the centre of the heart, just there. Just line it up to the centre of the heart like so, and punch. And that gives you your hole ready for threading. And then all you need to do is just thread it with some linen twine or some ribbon. In this one, I did this one in pink pirouette earlier, and just about 30 centimetres of twine and some ribbon tied across the bottom, and there you go. It's as easy as that. You literally, then you've got your tag. There you go. I hope you found that tutorial useful, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.